Alright, we're in it. I just want to break down before the match starts and then I get to the showcase. Um, he is usually a 3 placement without Monarch. Um, and I'll I'll try simplifying his abilities because they're kind of complicated, but not really when you really get to it. Um, some people are saying Deadeye is better than Monarch on him. For a solid 99% of the game, and it really also depends what kind of player you are, just get Monarch on him. Because he's absurd with DPS. And also, I'll get into how he buffs other units in a second, like during the showcase. Um, but, yeah, like, unless you're a crazy ass, like, uh, competitive elitist, really, like, you're not really going to need Deadeye on him. I would go for the Monarch on him. But anyway, let's get into like actually showing him off. Okay, here, um, this is his first attack, and also his base damage here. This is his base damage for me. I have like a middle of the road Z plus on his damage. I have a like pretty high godly on his SPA and also a middle of the road Z plus on his range. Um, and his ability here, you want to activate this as soon as possible when you're in like an actual game, because what this does is every wave passed, it upgrades his crit percent a lot, and then any percentage over 100% will be transferred into crit damage, right? And I click off, I click back on. You can see some of it's already transferring over into like 1.55. It will go up. I think the highest I've seen it ever was like a 4.5 times multiplier, which is absurd because he's always critting. And then on top of that, he has a follow-up attack, and he also does rupture. So he's insane. Okay? And oh, hold up. He reduces the cost of the upgrade by 2% up to 30% every time he crits. So he also like costs less the more he crits and such, right? Now, which is all the time. Um, but let's let's add some yen so we can get to the last few upgrades. Okay, so this is his second attack. Oh, shit, hold up. I don't even have the effects on. There we go. That's the second attack. His attacks are really cool. Oh, and sometimes he'll do that, which is a full AoE move, which is his follow-up attack. So it will do a full AoE, and the full AoE attack that he does goes outside of his range just a little bit. As you can see, like the distance of the visual effect itself is practically the distance of the actual attack. All right, all right. Now here's breaking point. He does a full transformation. I love it when they do this with units. He is in his Super Saiyan state. Hold up. Super cool looking. He attacks really fast. I'm not gonna lie. Like it's faster than it look. Like on here. Like numbers wise, it looks faster. This is Wrathful combo. And also his damage doubles for the last upgrade. So he's not bad. He's really not that bad. He is also multi-hit. I will, if that wasn't obvious, I will say that he is also multi-hit, which is absurdly OP. And this is Wrathful Blast. And then he goes into his, legendary Super Saiyan state, which I think looks super cool. I honestly like this attack more than the last one, but they're both really cool. All right, and see it doubles like a bunch. And this is Flames of Rage, his last one. Not that, but just give it a second. There, like the like key blast out of his mouth is his final attack. Now, the range is pretty good. Like this is like range that you really want. Like this is really good. The SPA is pretty good, but also keep in mind I have a pretty good godly on it, so just you know. Um, And as the waves go on, his crit damage and crit rate will go up. So that's not even complete yet. Um, and it, you know, in comparison to like someone like Pride over here, like hold up, I'll bring this over here and max him. You know, like on paper, like this is obviously like, oh my god, that's so much less than Pride. What? And then the thing is, you know, all of his damage, it's not just right there in front of you. You have to like kind of do the math. Like, sure he's doing that much, but he's also doing 2 times crit damage, and also he's critting all the time with a follow-up attack. So let's say let's just even it out to 300,000, um, and say he's doing 600,000 with a one crit, right? That's one attack that he's doing 600,000, but he's also doing a follow-up attack right after that already sanctioned attack. So that's 1.2 million. And that's if we lowball it, you know. So if we highball it to like, you know, 400k, which is, you know, closer to what it is right now, you know, that's 800,000, and then multiply by the 2, and then double it again because of the follow-up attack. That's 1.6 million, you know. And that just, and it will increase even more over time. Like, hold up, I'll skip some waves here so he gains some more. Oh wait, hold up, I think he just cleansed. I think it, because after a certain point it'll cleanse, and then it'll like re-go over. It's kind of hard to explain. But I like 10 out of 10 unit. I love Broly in general, so uh like I had to get him, and especially Monarch on him. But right here, I'm just gonna reset it real quick because I want to show you guys um, his domain, because it's technically a domain that he uses. I don't really know if it like counteracts with like time stop for like Gojo, for example, but I'd just be wary of it when using him. But I mean, like his damage just really, you know, makes up for all that. So I don't think it's that much of a deal. Cool animation in the beginning. Oh, I don't know why it just disappeared. I have effects on, but you know, you saw it for a split second. That should be around for like usually pretty like longer, but I don't know. I'm gonna skip to exactly like wave like 15 here. Yeah, 3.5 times damage with a 235% crit rate. So he is always doing that follow up, and if we max him out to max here, let's, you know, 400k times 3, you know, that's 1.2 million, and then times it by 2 again because of the follow up right after it. Let me remind you that follow up is a giant full AoE, so that's 2.4 million damage in what, like 8.3 seconds. Um, I'll even it out to 10 seconds because the follow up takes like, I think like a second or two to like, you know, really trigger. So, you know, 2.4 million in 10 seconds really is not that bad. And I want to do a breakdown on Deadeye, but like it's not that big of a deal. But also his damage will fluctuate like this. See how he's doing 500,000 now? It gets crazy because now he's doing 1.5 mil, and then times that by the follow up. Now you're, and then whatever the crit damage usually is, which will go off of the 3 times, which is his high ball. So then he'll be doing 3 million damage every 10 seconds, which is absurd. You know, because like we'll bring him someone like Pride, for example. Let's add some money here, and then because he can't do that amount with, you know, because like here he'd be doing like maybe 800k, and then plus the ultimate he'd be doing like almost 200, not 200. I mean like 1.8, maybe 2 mil, right? Which is way less than Broly. Sure, he attacks slightly faster, but then again, it's slightly less damage. And a lot of people make the argument, yeah, he burns, but Broly ruptures, which does tremendously much more damage, like a lot more damage. Um, and also it prevents them from regenning permanently, damage. I didn't even know that until right this second. But that's also absurd. Um, so honestly, my score, 10 out of 10 unit. Um, because he is a progression Vanguard. You can't just get him out of the blue. So I would say, play the game for a little bit, but it get Broly. Like if especially if you already have like a Monarch Vegeta or even like a shiny Vegeta, get Broly because Broly is evolved from Vegeta. So, you know, roll good on Vegeta for like his stats and everything and then just evolve him to Broly. It is super the quest line it's not super easy, but it's pretty easy. The only part that, I struggled a little bit with was that evolving all the units that you need to evolve them because you need to evolve Frieza, Gogeta, and Goku to like Goku Super 3. And then the second part that I struggled on was sacrificing 30 mythic or above units, but the summer event is still in. So if you don't have those units, go AFK, with like the VIP or whatever, and then just wait like a week, like just grind out a week worth of, ice summer iced teas, and then just get those units. Like it is not difficult whatsoever. It's just kind of tedious, kind of lengthy, but it is so worth it. And the unit, he's OP. Even without Monarch or like Deadeye or anything, even if you have like Vigor 3 on him, he still does a absurd amount of damage, and he will get you through almost anything. But now now fully covering Broly here, I want to cover his buffs with Guts, for example, because he is also an unbound unit. Um, so one of Broly's passives, I don't know where it says it, but yeah, it works. He buffs other unbound units, and gives him the same ability he has transferring crit rate into crit damage. So, the domain's already active, right? So you see how Guts now has like that 5% thing. So let's skip like that. Yeah, that many waves, right? Okay, maybe not. I don't know. Hold up. Maybe. I don't know why it's not working in Sandbox, but in some footage of another video I'm making, he it did work. It does work. Okay, I'm not crazy. It does work. Um, but if you also have any other like good unbound units, especially like Guts, which does absurd amounts of damage, you know that's a crazy synergy right there that will really carry a team, especially competitively. So at the end of the day, 10 out of 10 unit, 10 out of 10 buffs, honestly. Um, and hold up, I'll just cover how much he has to max out real quick. So in total, off placement, he's like what, like 3K? Yeah, 3K, and then plus another 100K. So he's like 107K in total, right? Yeah. Which is a lot damn cheaper than Pride. And then also Pride, you kind of have to wait for him to like really, really, really get good because of his sunshine stacks and such. But he has no nuke. That is my only full complaint. But I feel like the sheer amount of damage that he's outputting kind of topples over. I don't know about Kaguya's nuke, but it definitely topples Pride's nuke because he does, I think, a 700% nuke. I believe so. No, 400%, which is even less. I think I did the math one time. It's like 7 million with the right buffs and such. But Broly he does that damage. Over 20 to 30 seconds. Um, like just normally while maxed out. So his just sheer damage makes up for it. Uh oh. Oh, okay. No, I'm still recording. I thought I stopped recording for a second. All right. My bad. Um, continuing. Uh, get this unit. he, get him. He is he's kind of underrated right now. Like I see a lot of people on YouTube, going on and on about it. Like, yeah, he's crazy. I got the new 0.1111 0.000% one Monarch Broly Vanguard, right? Which is that's just like the YouTube pipeline. But like seriously, do pick up this unit. It will carry your team. And yeah, that is the showcase for now. That was the longest showcase I've ever made. Um, Considering I only have a couple on this channel, I'm sorry for not posting for 2 full years. Um, but yes, there are many videos coming down the way, and I will make tons with my friends and such. So, I hopefully you guys will see these videos and high key get hyped because I'm really excited to like make videos again because I really like it, and this is something that if I were to like blow up or something, like this is what I would love to do, especially with my friends that also share the same thing. But that's the showcase. I hope you guys really enjoyed, like and subscribe, blah 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 blah. Yeah, that's it. Bye bye.